Next cartographic technique is choropleth. Now, whenever you see shaded areas or colors in your map, you will be able to tell that the cartographic technique which is used is choropleth. Now, in choropleth, in this map, life expectancy is shown in years. Now, if you see in India, there are crossed lines, and if you compare this with the scale in this map, it shows 65 to 75 years. So, in India, life expectancy is 65 to 75 years. So, this is the way you can read such type of map. I am going to touch upon these types of cartographic techniques. For more practice and for understanding more types of questions, you need to purchase a workbook or solve a workbook which is published by many authors or many publication houses. So once you solve by yourself, you will understand how you can read the map. It is a very easy technique. I am telling you through this video how you can try reading a map, and I am introducing you with all types of cartographic techniques. But self study is very important. Okay, so after choropleth there is flow map. In flow map you will see all the arrows. So these arrows shows you movement of goods or flow of any object. From India you can see an arrow going to Japan. So you can say that million metric tons of coal is going from India to Japan. Now it also gives you quantitative data. Thickness of the arrow can be compared with the scale, and it can show you how much ton of coal is transported from India to Japan. Now if the thickness is less, it is 5 million metric tons. If thickness is double, then 15. If thickness is triple, it's 30. Okay, so you can compare that arrow with the scale and also find out the quantity of the good which is being transported. In pictogram, symbols, pictures are shown. Now in this map they want to show total forested area, so they have used symbol of a tree. If they want to show population in the world, they will use symbol of man faces. Okay, and in scale value of those trees will be given. You will just have to compare the value of the scale with the value shown on the map. And here some names are given: Canada, USA, Mexico, Colombia, Peru, Sweden, Russia. But you have to remember some of the very important names, because not all the time these names are given while reading thematic map. Okay, so you need to know some of the very important countries like Canada, USA, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, UK, Japan, China, India, Saudi Arabia, Africa, Australia, Russia. So such types of countries, significant countries, you need to know the location of it before reading a map, and that you will learn while map filling technique. Okay, so next cartographic technique is polygon segment. Here in polygon segment, various statistical diagrams are divided into equal proportions. So here one block represents one square or one square represents 1 cubic meter of water use, and this one square is also shaded with different shading techniques, like crossed lines are shown by industrial water use, dotted blocks are shown by agricultural water use, plain area is shown by domestic water use. So you can find out how much cubic meter of water is used for industrial purpose, how much cubic meter of water is used for agricultural purpose, and how much of it is used for domestic purpose. Plus you will be able to understand the quantity and where it is used. So polygon segments can be any type of polygon which has equal proportions. So if one block of it represents 5 units, 2 block of it will represent 10 units, 3 block of it will represent 15 units. Okay, so like that polygons are used in the map. So here we have covered all the cartographic techniques. Now how to read, how to do map filling. You know how to read map, how to do map filling. Such kind of blank map is given during the descriptive test of Mumbai University, and you will be asked country having richest deposits of coals. You need to know which is the country. Country is USA, and you need to know the location of that country. So where is USA? For that, first you have to go step by step. First know all the continents and all the oceans. Then you try to understand where is equator, where is Tropic of Cancer, where is Tropic of Capricorn. All these things you will remember if you try to visualize it, if you try to take a blank map and draw it with your hands by using different color pencils, different sketch pens, and naming those locations. If you do it again and again, then only you will remember it. So first try to remember all the continents and all the oceans and 3 important lines on the map: equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn. After that, try to remember all the important countries like Greenland, Canada, USA, Mexico, Brazil, Russia, China, Australia, Congo, Niger, South Africa, and some countries which are having some of the environmental significance, some or the other environmental significance. Try to remember these countries one by one. How you will start memorizing, I told you. First you remember all the oceans and continents and these 3 important lines. Then take one by one theme. First theme will be mineral resources. So natural gas is found more in Russia. Give symbol to Russia. Try to memorize the location of Russia. Wind energy is maximum produced in China. So try to find out the location of China and try to remember it. Take a blank map. Draw these types of symbols on that map. Try to recollect what you have drawn. Draw it 2 times, 3 times. Then you will understand where is the country and what is its importance. After mineral resources, try to remember some of the important places. Greenland, Japan, Norway, Australia. Now each and every place has some or the other importance. For example, Vatican City. Vatican City is the smallest country in the world. China is having highest population in the world. Madagascar is a island, very famous island. USA is the largest coal producer. Australia is a island country. Okay, so all these places are very important environmental point of view. Now take a theme of deserts and mountains, because in your unit 1 you learn all types of ecosystems. So based on that, examiners can ask you where is the largest desert of the world. So understand that the location of Sahara is in Africa. South Africa has Kalahari Desert. Saudi Arabia has Arabian Desert. Antarctica cold desert is the largest cold desert. In Australia, we have Great Australian Desert. Try to remember the mountain ranges. Okay. Then there are environmentally significant places where all the conferences were held. Such places are Stockholm, Rio de Janeiro, Nairobi, Johannesburg, Kyoto. Try to remember locations of such places. There are million cities. Try to remember such cities. Okay. San Francisco, New York in North America, Santiago, Rio de Janeiro in South America, London, Paris in Europe, Cape Town in Africa, Sydney, Melbourne in Australia. Even in India, there are million cities like Delhi, Chennai, Mumbai. Okay, so such types of cities and their location you have to memorize. Then now comes our most important topic, which is which types of questions can be asked in objective type of question paper. So such kind of questions can be asked. Also from definitions also questions can be framed, but maximum portion of questions can be framed, or it is easier to frame such types of questions like which is the major desert in the world. Then you will have to remember the major desert, which is Sahara. One by one I'm going to show you all such types of questions in this video. Please note it down, read it and try to memorize it. It will help you in solving your objective type of question paper. These are all the deserts in the world. Now we will see mountain ranges. So these are all the mountain ranges in various continents. World's longest mountain range, world's highest mountain range, world's oldest mountain range, world's youngest mountain range and highest peak. Rainforest. South America, Africa. Which is the densest rainforest? Country having which is the country having largest forest cover? So questions can be asked on mineral resources. Major coal producer, USA. Major deposits of basalt rock, USA. Richest petroleum deposits. Richest natural gas deposits. Country using maximum nuclear energy. Largest producer of uranium. Nuclear accident sites. All these kinds of questions can be asked which are based on mineral resources. Who is the largest producer of wind energy? Which country is the largest producer of tidal energy, solar energy, geothermal energy, hydroelectricity? If you can see, these all questions are based on your unit 2, natural resources. Okay, so such kind of questions can be asked in your MCQ pattern. And if you see, all your textbooks, all publications have some or the other type of question bank or these type of questions written on the back of their textbooks. So if you collect all the information from all the textbooks, you will get all this information. Okay, so country having highest human development index, lowest human development index, country having highest world happiness index, country having highest life expectancy, highest literacy rate, purchasing power parity. All these types of questions are based on your unit number 3, population. So such kind of questions can be asked in your MCQs. These types of questions are based on your unit number 1, environment and ecosystem, which are the biodiversity hotspots in India, in Africa, water resources, largest coral reef, Great Barrier Reef, largest freshwater lake, Lake Superior. So you have to understand and remember these names. Landlocked location. A country which is surrounded by land from all the sides can be called as a landlocked country. So in Asia it is Nepal and Afghanistan. In Europe it is Switzerland, Luxembourg, Austria. In Africa it is Zimbabwe, Zambia. In South America it is Bolivia and Paraguay. Country with island or insular location. Country which is surrounded by water from all the sides. It is Sri Lanka and Japan. In Europe it is United Kingdoms. In Africa it is Madagascar Island. In Southern Hemisphere it is Australia. Country having peninsular location. In Asia it is India. Peninsular location is almost like island location, but one side is surrounded by land, all 3 sides are surrounded by water. In South America it is Argentina. Okay, there are certain names that you have to remember which are environmentally significant places: Stockholm, Nairobi, Rio de Janeiro, Johannesburg and Kyoto. So thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more such videos.